Hi, I'm Casey, your business buddy. Welcome to this session of Start Small, Grow Big. Today's topic is very interesting. The mindset of an entrepreneur. It is the mindset of success. It is the paradigm of success. Let's look at these elements. Number one is P. We will be working with the acronym paradigm. PARADIGM. P there stands for being purposeful. As an entrepreneur, you need to be purposeful in your ways. You need to be purposeful in everything that you have to do. Time waits for no one, they say. Another school of thought would say time is money. And if you are a business person, you know that money is the essence of what you do. Making profit is the essence of what you do, meaning that time as a currency must be utilized effectively if it is equated with money. Being purposeful in your ways means taking acknowledgement, taking note, being sure, being critical about how you utilize your time and how you pursue your vision. They say that the proof of desire is pursuit. It's not enough for you to say, I want to be a great entrepreneur, I want to be a great individual, I want to be a great person. How we know the proof of that desire is that you pursue. In other words, that you're purposeful about what you have decided, what you have intended to do. Show me a man who has no pursuit, and I'll show you a man who's not purposeful, a man who has no vision, a man who has no pursuit. Number two is your willingness to act. An entrepreneur has to be a doer and not just a talker. It's one thing to plan and plan effectively, it's another thing to execute. The thin line between your great plans and the success you desire is the action that you take, the execution of those well thought out plans. You must execute. Execution is key if you're an entrepreneur. If you have planned and you've dreamt, the next thing you need to do is get up, stand up, show up, begin to act those things out. You know what? You'll always hear me say at the end of these episodes that you should practice the things you have learned. There's something about when you practice. It's one thing to hear a thing, it's one thing to know a thing, it's another thing when you practice. Practice also makes perfect. I'm sure you've also heard that. The third element of the paradigm of success is responsibility. You have to own it. It's your thing. You have to gun for it. You have to stand up to it. You have to accept it. Responsibility is taking charge. You need to be in charge. Many times people complain about losing control, when the truth is they never took charge in the first place. If you must be a successful entrepreneur, you must learn to take responsibility. You will be leading teams, you'll be leading partners, collaborators, all manner of people, suppliers, vendors, different interactions you will have. And if you sit at the helm of affairs, you should be able to take responsibility for your action and for the action oftentimes of your team members. As a matter of fact, when you go through the ranks in any organization at an executive level, one of the elements, one of the key success factors for you is your ability to take responsibility. No one at that time will probably be checking out other things, some of the things that are checked out for at the beginner level. At the executive level, are you able to take responsibility? Can you stick your neck out? Can you stand up for yourself and even for the people that you lead? The fourth paradigm you should have to be successful is adaptability. Are you adaptable? Are you able to switch? Are you dynamic enough? Being set in your ways is not a very wonderful trait. As a matter of fact, adaptability will speak to many things. It will speak to your ability to learn. It will speak to your ability to respond to situations. When the going gets tough, which usually it would get tough if you're an entrepreneur, especially in this climb, it definitely will get tough. Are you able to adapt? That mindset of adaptability is what will make you go back to the drawing board and begin to redraw and begin to rework your strategies, begin to have a rethink. When you're not adaptable, you most likely, during tough times, will be defeated. And once you're defeated, you'll be like a deflated balloon and you won't be able to do so much. The fifth paradigm of success, the fifth element there to look at is development, personal development. A great person once said, "I am greater because I stand on the shoulders of great men." A great person would always learn. You never would go wrong learning, because it's either you're learning something new, you're unlearning something wrong, or you're relearning something you probably didn't learn before. In whatever instance, you just need to learn. A day shouldn't pass and there is nothing you've taken note of that you learned in that particular day. One of the ways to grow firstly, one of the ways to even, get your brain to the point of damage is when you added nothing new. What automatically sets in is that brain cells begin to die off. Why? They are not activated. They are not stimulated. Nothing is stimulating them. Nothing is activating them. You must constantly be on the front burner of learning. Find that next course. Find that next class. Find that next institution. Pick up that new skill. Pick up that new hobby. You never will go wrong learning. Learn everything. Remember, as an entrepreneur, you should know something about everything. I know you should dig deeper. I know you should delve in to your own technical competencies. Yes, but as a learned person, as someone who will be leading teams in different areas, you definitely should know something about those different areas. While you may not have in-depth knowledge in those areas, but you should know the basics of those areas, meaning from law to medicine to health to technology to the media. You just need to study, irrespective of the industry that it is. Remember that we also live in an age where collaboration is the order of the day. We're beginning to see different industries merge into one. Before now, 10 years ago, there was nothing like fintech, biotech, and some of the mergers that we have seen. And so it's no longer a good excuse for you to say, it's not my area of expertise, it's not my area of dealing, it's not my area of competence, and so I don't have to know anything about it. Let's look at the sixth paradigm that you need to have. The I, integrity. As a leader, you should be a person of character. Integrity stems from the word integer. Integer means one. You should be one with your words, one with your actions. Look, there's no defense good enough for your actions when you are caught in the wrong one. And so, to the best of your abilities, it's right you have your best act. You have your best foot forward. I know we live in a world where a lot of people have celebrated mediocrity, where a lot of people have celebrated incompetence, where a lot of people have also celebrated fraudulent acts and have actually termed them as successful. You don't have to follow the bandwagon. A great man carried out a research and said 2% of the world, 2%, only 2% can be called leaders, meaning you're set out from the pack. As we go through this mindset and we go through these thought patterns, it's good you x-ray yourself. It's very important you look through to see which of these traits do I lack and what do I need to do to cultivate such traits. The G component is gratification. And what do you do with gratification? You delay gratification. Don't eat your tomorrow today. Many times you hear people in their different languages give expressions, idioms, proverbs that insinuate that would rather live today and forget about tomorrow. I do not think it's such a wise saying. No wise person slaughters tomorrow on the altar of today. What you rather do with today is to build tomorrow, knowing that yesterday is gone and all you have of tomorrow is today. The last paradigm I'd like to talk about, the last mindset you need to develop, is that of the extra mile. So the M is mile, but now with an E, the extra mile. You need to go the extra mile. Every athlete will tell you about the law of the extra mile. While you're on the field and you're putting in your best, even when it looks as though all of your energy is gone, that last second, it's called the wind energy. If you can just find it and bring it on, it may just make the difference between you and the person behind you. Don't be in the habit of saying, oh, I've just done enough, I won't kill myself. There are funny answers I see people give to situations. I won't overdo myself, I can't do more than this. You're the one putting a limit on yourself. You can do more. You're made for more. You have wind energy even when you don't know it. It's called the law of the extra mile. When you're done writing that mail, look at it again. You may just need to dot one more I. You may just need to cross one more T. You may just need to change the tone of the language. There's just something extra. When it looks like you've put in everything, look, one more paragraph may just need to go through. I am certain that you got something today. It's either you've learned something new or you've validated something that you already knew. Whichever be the case, ensure that you put these things to practice. Ensure that as an entrepreneur, you're that leader that you need to be. Ensure that you make the world a better place being a model. And at the end of it all, success is inevitable. I'm Casey, your business buddy. I'd always be here for your questions, contributions, feedbacks, and comments. Leave us a message if you will. Until the next session, please stay safe.